Okay, this is certainly, I believe it's a tough read. I'm going to go to the whiteboard and do a picture, all right? Certainly as I do the picture, a lot of students don't need pictures, some students do. It really kind of depends. I need pictures sometimes. So let's go to the whiteboard, and I'm going to draw a picture of a cask of wine now. And we'll talk about it one step at a time. So there's X gallons of wine. And what happens is they remove 6 gallons of wine, and they add 6 gallons of water. Well, conceptually, I think that's pretty easy to understand. That means there'd be X minus 6 gallons of wine. This is gallons wine. And there'd be 6 gallons of water. There's still X in the container, all right? So then what I want to talk about is what the fraction part is. So if I go to the fractional part, so we're going to talk fraction now. The fraction that's wine, right? There's going to be X minus 6. This is the fraction that's wine. Well, it's going to be X minus 6 over X. And the fraction that's water is going to be 6 over X. Certainly, if you add those two together, you'd get the number 1, which is the total amount. Now, of course, from this fraction that's water, what do? They remove, right? And what are they going to remove? They're going to remove, the wine and the water mixture. So of the 6 gallons they removed, so they're going to remove, of the 6 gallons, it would be X minus 6 over X times 6 gallons of wine removed, and 6 over X times 6 gallons of water removed. Right, because I do it again. What do they tell me, though? They tell me the wine that remains. Well, you know what? I had X minus 6 gallons. I had that, and then I removed. What I remove? X minus 6 times 6 over X. All right, so this is what I had. Let me get my highlighter out. This is what I had. This is what I removed. They tell me that's equal to 25. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, I got to solve the equation. Certainly the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to factor out X minus 6 first. I'm no longer thinking about the words in the problem. This would be 1 minus 6 over X equals 25. Gee whiz, I'm going to multiply both sides by X. Well, I'm going to associate here X minus 6, 25X. Let me say we did that correctly. I multiply both sides by 6. Associate the factor X with the second factor. That looks good. What do you get? X squared minus 12X plus 36 equals 25X. Again, I'm trying to reason through the problem by solving an equation now. And it's going to be minus 37X plus 36 equals 0. X and X. Looks like 36 and 1. Let's see, minus minus. So X equals 1 or X equals 36. I want to point out, 1 really doesn't make much sense because at the original amount, you couldn't remove 6 gallons of wine. So this is kind of ridiculous. So the original cask size is 36 gallons. All right? But if you want to, you can rethink the problem. by drawing the picture. 36 gallons of wine. They remove 6 gallons of wine, so they have 30 gallons of wine and 6 gallons of water. They remove 6 gallons again, and they claim they have 25 gallons of wine. And what would they have? They would have, what, let's see, 11 gallons of water, right? All right, so I want to point out they remove 6 gallons here. They also remove 6 gallons over here. And by the way, each time they remove 6 gallons, it's not always the same thing they're removing. For example, here is pure wine. Over here, it's not pure wine. All right? So I want to point out, what is it going to be? It's going to be a percent of that 6 gallons, right? So let's write this down. So there's 30 gallons. And we're removing, what are we removing out of that? Well, let's say it's just a fractional part, right? And the fractional part of that, removing that is going to be 36. Let's see if I'm doing that right. There's 36 gallons total, right? That's the whole. And they're removing 6. Yeah, they removed 5 gallons right over here. Right, which would give us 25 gallons there. That makes sense, all right? Thank you.